Hello, and welcome to episode 52 of Let's Talk Immigration. I'm your host, Curtis Morrison, partner with Morrison Arena, and wanted to talk about one thing, two things, and then we'll go to questions. If you have a question, the best place to present your question is to ask it on Facebook or YouTube, and it shows right up on my screen. Okay. Um, Okay, first thing I wanted to talk about. I had put out a call out on Telegram, I think Facebook, that said, hey, if you were a DV 2020 or 2021 client and you had decided to give up on the DV and come to the US and seek asylum instead, let me know. There's a journalist that wants to talk to you. I have been buried in people who do not fit that description, who want to talk about the DV process, like from start again, and if there's an update and stuff like that. And that's not what's happening here. What's happening is a journalist asked for this very specific group of people she wanted to talk to, and I'm trying to connect her to that group of people. So if you're not inside the United States, this does not apply to you. This is only for DV 2020 and 2021 selectees who are inside the United States seeking asylum. That's the only people she wants to talk to. Okay, so I got that done. Here's something fun. Okay, so as you know, my team is, we're lawyers. We are always litigating, and when the government files a motion to dismiss, we file an opposition to a motion to dismiss, and we're always looking for arguments so that we can beat the government. Recently, the government has started to argue that I say within the last year, they've started to argue that a 221G refusal, which means you're in administrative processing, they're trying to say that's a final refusal. Now, they're trying to say that so that they can evade accountability to the courts, reviewability of the courts. They want to basically unsubscribe from judicial review. They don't like courts looking over their shoulders. But there are so many reasons why that argument is crazy. Like first of all, most cases go into AP after the interview, even if it's an AP for a short period of time, for a few days. If they don't issue that visa that day, they have to put refused. They have to give you a refusal letter for you to leave the embassy. You're not allowed to leave the embassy without a refusal letter. You can either leave with a visa or a refusal letter. So everyone's 221G for at least a minute. So anyway, I ran across another colleague attorney shared this with me, and I was like, no, you're kidding. And so I checked it, and she said, check this out. Okay, so I'm going to show it to y'all. This is what lawyering is. Finding where the government is hiding facts and trying to cover their tracks. So there's a website right now, the State Department website called Visa Denials. This website says what different kind of denials there are, okay? And there's one section that says INA Section 221G, incomplete application or supporting documentation. And it says, this means you are not eligible for the visa now for one of these two reasons, okay? It talks about how the application is incomplete or administrative processing. Well, here's what's interesting. That's what it says today, November 1st, 2023. Here's what it said September 24th, 2023, about a month and a week ago. This means you're not eligible for the visa now, but your case is pending further action. Okay? If you follow me in courts and you follow our briefs, expect me to repeat this phrase maybe 4 times a day for the rest of my life, because we got them. Okay, their own website for a very long time has told, I haven't checked to see how long, has told people that a 221G refusal is pending further action. Okay, and now they've changed it to where it doesn't say that. So not only in courts are they arguing that a 221G refusal is a final refusal, but they're trying to redefine and mischaracterize it on their website, trying to cover up their tracks. And they are not going to get away with it because my team were better lawyers. So, okay. That was fun. That's the website for those of you curious. I mean, if you type in State Department visa denials in Google, it should come up, but that's the website that I was talking about that they changed. If you go to this tool called Wayback Machine, you can go back and look and see what that website said just a couple weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, and see that they changed the words because they wanted to gain advantages in court. Okay. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Quick reminder, if you're in the United States on a green card and you move, you have to let USCIS know that. You can do that online. It's really simple. But USCIS keeps track of where everybody is. And if you move your address and you don't tell them, that's bad. Okay? Okay. Now, let me go to questions. That sounds fun. What the news about DV 2021 lawsuit? Is it dead? Okay, there is no news about the Good Luck Go lawsuits. They are not dead. We are still awaiting the outcome of the appeal. Okay, is the Biden administration above the law and order for DV 2020-2021? No, the Biden administration, if they were above the law, they would have just ignored the court order. What they did is they used a legal process to appeal Judge Mehta and Judge Chutkan's orders to the Circuit Court of Appeals for the District Court of Columbia. They followed the process, the legal process. They are not above the law. Now we have to wait for that process to play out because we are not above the law either. We follow the process. We are patient. Okay. Something tells me a lot of people are going to ask the same question. I wish there was a way that that would not happen, but here we are. DV 2021 Good Luck Ray. Does the appeal court work through December? Yes. Federal judges do not have December off. Okay. How many appeal cases can be backlogged? Well, backlog isn't really a term that makes sense unless there's a queue and cases like a line and cases are adjudicated in order. And that's not the way appeals work. So to answer your question, I don't know what the caseload is for the district, for the Circuit Court of Columbia. I'm sure it's more than 100, probably hundreds of cases are there. They need to make opinions on, I'm sure. That's my guess, hundreds. But I don't know. And also it doesn't matter because they don't do them in order. Okay. Ferris says, hi, Curtis, how are you? Thank you for asking, Ferris. I am doing good. I'm in Southern California. There's a fire nearby, about 20 miles, so there's a little smoke in the air. Some little allergies, but compared to some of the other crazy things going on in the world, of course, going on in Israel and Gaza and the war in Sudan, and I don't know, now Yemen's entering the Gaza Israel thing. I mean, I feel like I'm very privileged and I'm counting my blessings. So that's how I am. I hope you're doing well, Ferris. Let me know how you're doing. Well, our patience is the patience of a camel. That's true. And as I told DV 2020 selectees in the very beginning in a video, and people got tired of me saying is drink water, okay? Stay hydrated. It's important. And I'm glad that you are drinking water. You drink water, camels, something like that. I'm now drinking vitamin water because I got bored with water. Water here doesn't taste as good as it used to. Well, I don't know. I just wanted to try something new. Okay. Henny says, hi, Curtis. If I understand it well, Supreme Court decides to take or not take a case only in a specific period of the year. Is that right? When is that period? Henny, that's a good question. I don't know the answer. I think you're correct. I think that they call them Supreme Court terms. And I know that there's a term that starts the first Monday in October. And I don't know that procedure well. And also, that procedure is not relevant right now. For good luck, Argo, because, or Ray, because we don't know that it's going to go that direction, right? So when the opinion finally comes out, the government, the plaintiffs, everybody will have a chance to look at it and decide whether or not, if one side or the other wants to appeal that order. I think the first thing that would make more sense is that the order would be appealed to what's called a full circuit. I think it's called something else too. Don't remember the other phrase, but basically all the courts in the circuit could vote and hear the appeal. That would be, I think it's called en banc, maybe. I don't know. But that would be the first level of appeal before you would try the Supreme Court. Because the Supreme Court is a very frustrating place to appeal to, because they might not take your appeal, and even if they do, it's going to take a long time. Okay, DV 2021. That's not a whole sentence. That's like 2 letters and 4 numbers, okay? I don't even know if you were a good luck plaintiff. If you're DV 2021 selectee and you don't benefit from the Ray order and you're not a good luck plaintiff, your journey's over. It was over on October 1st, 2021. And you did it too, Rochelia. You have to give more information if you want me to talk about something. You got to tell me whether or not you're a plaintiff in a lawsuit. Yeah. And you also have to ask a full question. Hi, Morrison. Okay, hi. Okay. Can you provide information and news in Russian? Hi, Erkin. I don't have news for DV 20 and 2021 selectees. I think it would be a great idea if I did to do videos in different languages, but right now there's no news. So I don't know how you say no news in Russian, but that's all I would say, and that would be the end of the video, okay? When we have updates on the Gomez Good Luck matter, we will definitely communicate those updates in different languages. Okay. Narendra says, I'm a winner DV 2020, and I wait until court decision. Thank you, Narendra. Your patience is appreciated. Arkin says, for DV 2021. I don't know if your journey continues or not, Arkin, because I don't know if you were a good luck plaintiff, and I don't know what embassy you were waiting on for an interview as of September 30th, 2021. Okay, Hanny says, if we suppose that appeal court gives its opinion by the end of this year, and one of the sides want to appeal, it will be starting of a 2 new years or more waiting. That is a good question. It depends what the opinion said. If we lost the appeal, then yeah. If we won the appeal, but it's the government's appealing, the government would need to get a stay of that order. And they could either get that from the circuit court or they could get that from the Supreme Court. But they would have to get a stay of the implementation of that order. It's possible that they could get it, but maybe they wouldn't. So it's unclear. Okay, Hanny says, hope just that if we win, they will not ask for a stay again. See, you understand this. I hope that also, but at the same time, I think that they will. Because, but just because they ask for a stay does not mean a judge would give it to them. I got the impression from Judge Mehta that he's not planning to give another stay. So if they got that stay, they'd have to get it from the circuit court or they'd have to get it from the Supreme Court. If we won the appeal, does the government can do any other step to delay issuing the cases? Okay, I don't know if you're a DV 2020 selectee in the Gomez class or if you're Good Luck, because Good Luck or Ray or Go. And each of those categories of DV selectees are differently situated, and the answer is slightly different in each of those cases. Let me give you an example. Good Luck, we still have to get through the summary judgment. We have to wait for an order on summary judgment. So the government may have more ways to delay Good Luck than they would to delay DV 2020 Gomez. Okay. Ultimately, though, of course, they could delay issuing the visas because they're not going to issue them all in that day. So what do you call a delay? If it takes them 2 months to issue the visas, is that a delay? What if it takes them 6 months? What if it takes them 8 months? Also, some of you all need to understand a delay is in your favor. Okay. We have Palestinian plaintiffs in both as DV 2020 clients and as Good Luck plaintiffs. And it's in their best interest, this is crazy, if the appeal answer did not come tomorrow because they couldn't get to an embassy if it did. This is always the case with some place in the world. I was going to say Sudan, but I'm pretty sure Sudan, they're going to let them interview at Cairo because that's what they just did with the DV 2023 selectees after we threatened to sue them. But anyway, how can the government do something to try to delay? Yes, they can, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be successful. And I don't know why they really would. I mean, they're ready to go. They've made some changes on the way the DV program is implemented. KCC is not involved in verifying documents now, and I think that it has made them more efficient. And I'm supported in that belief by the fact that in DV 2022 and DV 2023, 2 fiscal years in a row, they issued more visas than Congress allotted in those 2 categories, in the diversity visa category. Okay. Gola, please DV 2021. I hear you, but that's not a question. So James says hi. Hi, James. Basueta says, I heard you say that people should apply for DV 2025 even if they are waiting for outcome of the appeal. So is it okay to apply for DV while waiting for an IR1 or F2A interview? Oh my gosh, my favorite question. Absolutely, it's okay to enter the DV when you're waiting for a family preference category visa or immediate family visa for that matter. And there are reasons to do so. For instance, F2A you mentioned, which is spouse or child of a green card holder, minor child of a green card holder, that is not current in the visa bulletin. If you started the F2A process today, it would take between 2.5 and 5 years. So you definitely, it would be to your advantage to enter the DV program as well. And I have told 2 spouses of green card holders that today already. Go ahead and enter the DV lottery. Some people can't. Some people are not eligible for certain reasons, like they didn't finish high school and they can't meet the education requirement, or they're in Pakistan or Mexico, one of the countries that or India that can't participate in the DV program. There's more countries that can't participate. I just don't remember them all off the top of my head. Venezuela can't. But I do recommend anyone who's trying to immigrate to the U.S. to enter the DV lottery if you are eligible to enter the DV lottery. And you've only got 6 days to do it to enter DV 2025. Super important because it's always good to have a plan B. It's always good to try concurrent paths at the same time to get what you want. And then, you can abandon the path that doesn't work when the other path works. Massanisa says, how many months was the longest appeal outcome in the DC circuit? I don't know the answer to that. I saw in a Telegram group where someone did that research and found that there was a lawsuit that was pending for like a long time, several years. And I was aware of a lawsuit that's pending more than 50 years. Brown versus Board related litigation involving equal protection and education. The court was supervising the implementation of some of those orders, and some of them have like dragged on. And I think that part of that case is still surviving. So sometimes lawsuits last a long time because the court stays involved to make sure that their orders are followed. So, but how long will an appeal last? I don't know. We don't know. We have to wait and see. Okay, it looks like that's all about questions. No more questions. That means we end early. Oh, I've got one more question. It's okay. Hi, Hamza. Good luck, plaintiff. Can you prepare for us a data information about how many cases are already in embassies and how many of them are at NBC? Hamza, I'm glad you asked that question. You'll be interested to know that the report that the State Department's IT department filed as an exhibit for Gomez and I think the other report was for Ray more than Good Luck, Ray and Go, said that the way the State Department did is they went ahead and just deployed the cases from KCC. NBC is actually KCC in the context of DVs to the embassy. So we assume that that's how it's going to work with Good Luck as well. What that means is NBC is not even going to be involved. So it's going to be the embassies. They're going to have this pool of cases that they can pull from the schedule. I hope that that's the way it is because it'll be easier to transfer cases if that's the case. I believe that it will be. But I do not think that it matters that a case was at NBC or at embassy. Now, people at embassies who had interviews and they were refused under the Muslim ban or they were refused under 221G, they have an advantage in that consular officers already seen their case once. They might not need another interview. It's easier for the State Department to pick up where they left off on those cases. But they have a disadvantage in that they have a refusal code right now and they have to get past that. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't have the data on how many Good Luck plaintiffs were. Why did I not have that data? How many Good Luck plaintiffs were at NBC and how many were ready at the end of the fiscal year? I do not have that data point. I'm not sure how I would get that data point now because, as you know, the SEAC does not allow us to pull up all the case numbers right now. They tell us it will be able to once we win summary judgment, but not there yet. Interesting question, though. I'll think about it. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh, episode 52, 1 year of Let's Talk Immigration. So I guess we need to decide, are we going to do this another year? Yeah, we will. So see you next Wednesday.